No one really tells you how aging sneaks up on you. It doesn't come with a big announcement, no sudden warning signs. It just shows up quietly. Maybe one day your back feels a little stiffer. Maybe names that used to come easily suddenly float just out of reach. Or maybe the energy you once took for granted slips away, little by little. It's not dramatic, it's subtle. But oh, it's real. We celebrate the good parts of growing older. Retirement, wisdom, the joy of grandchildren. But we don't always talk about the harder moments, the confusing ones, the ones that feel lonely or even a little scary. That's why we're here today. To speak gently and honestly about the things that aren't always said out loud. You'll meet Fidelma. She's 69 and full of life, but even she's been surprised by how aging has changed her routines, her body, her heart. And if her story sounds anything like yours, take comfort. You are far from alone. So pull up a chair, pour something warm, and let's walk through this together. This is elderly golden advice. Real talk, softly spoken and filled with heart. Number 1. Forgetting names and important details. Fidelma was out picking up a few groceries when she saw someone familiar. A neighbor she's known for years. They've had so many friendly chats by the mailbox, shared stories, even laughed about the weather more than once. But in that moment, her mind went blank. She couldn't remember the woman's name. Not even close. Fidelma smiled, made small talk, nodded politely, but inside, she felt embarrassed, a little shaken. And the truth is, this isn't the first time. Lately, names, dates, little details, they seem to slip away like leaves blowing in the wind. But here's something important. This is normal. Truly. As we age, our brains need just as much care as our bones and joints. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It just means you need a few new tools to stay one step ahead. Try this. Start carrying a small notebook, or use your phone's notes app, whatever feels easier for you. Write down people's names. Something special to remember about them, even where you met. Before you meet someone again, take a quick glance. It's not cheating, it's smart, it's taking care of yourself. And if a name still doesn't come to you, just ask. Really, just ask. Most folks won't mind. In fact, they'll probably appreciate that you care enough to reconnect. You're not alone in this. You're human, and you're learning to age with grace, one gentle reminder at a time. Number 2. Sudden exhaustion after simple tasks. Lately, Fidelma's been feeling something she didn't expect. A kind of tiredness that comes out of nowhere. She'll tidy up the kitchen, just a quick clean, and suddenly she's wiped out. Needs to sit down. Sometimes, even nap. Even walking out to the mailbox, which used to be no big deal, now feels like she climbed a hill. Does that sound familiar? You might be wondering, what's going on with me? Well, you're not alone. This kind of sudden fatigue is a common part of aging. And no, it's not laziness. It's not slowing down in a negative way. It's your body's way of saying, hey, I'm working harder now. Please give me time. Our energy doesn't last the way it used to, but that doesn't mean you can't still live fully. It just means you need a new rhythm. Here's what can help. Break your day into gentle pieces. Don't try to do everything at once. Take one task, one moment at a time. Rest often. Not when you're completely drained, but before you get there. Even 5 quiet minutes can recharge you. Drink water, more than you think you need. Dehydration sneaks up on us, and it can make fatigue worse. Eat small, balanced meals throughout the day. Think fresh fruits, veggies, lean proteins, whole grains. These help keep your energy steady without the crash. And maybe most importantly, give yourself permission to pause. Resting is not giving up. Resting is wise. It's honoring the season of life you're in. And it's how you protect the energy you do have for the things that matter most. So the next time you feel tired after something small, don't be hard on yourself. Just take a breath, Listen to your body and take a little break. You've earned it. Number 3. Unexpected weight gain. Fidelma looked at the number on the scale and blinked. She hadn't changed her routine, still ate the same meals, took her daily walks, stayed active, but somehow the weight crept in, mostly around her waist. It felt confusing, and honestly, a little frustrating. If you've noticed the same thing happening to you, here's what I want you to know. You're not doing anything wrong. This is not your fault. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down. Hormones shift. Muscle mass decreases, even when we stay active. So the same habits that worked for you 10 years ago might not work the same way now. And that's okay. The goal isn't to chase a younger version of yourself. It's to nourish the version you are right now. To feel good in your skin. To feel strong, steady, and well. So what can help? Start with your plate. Choose real, whole foods. Fresh vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins. Limit the processed stuff, the sugary snacks, the salty frozen meals. Not because you're being punished, but because your body deserves better fuel. Move a little every day, not just for weight, but for your joints, your heart, and your mind. A brisk 20-minute walk, some light stretching, even a little dancing around the kitchen while dinner's cooking. And if you can, include strength exercises, small hand weights or body weight moves. Keeping your muscles active supports your metabolism and helps you feel more stable. But above all, be kind to yourself. This isn't about dieting or drastic changes. It's about adjusting with grace and meeting the new version of yourself with care. You're not losing control. You're learning how to care for the body you're living in today. And that is something to be proud of. Number 4. Frequent doctor visits. There was a time when Fidelma only saw her doctor once a year. Just a quick checkup, and she was on her way. Now, it feels like her calendar is full of appointments. Blood tests, follow-ups, screenings, specialists. Some weeks it feels like the waiting room knows her by name. And honestly, it can feel overwhelming. Like her whole life is being measured in lab results and appointment times. But here's something we often forget. These visits aren't a sign that something's wrong with you. They're a sign that you're being cared for. That someone's watching over your health. That your well-being matters. You're not falling apart. You're staying ahead. You're being proactive. And that's something to feel proud of. Still, all those appointments can be hard to manage. So here's a gentle tip that might make things easier. Keep a small health journal. Write down any symptoms, questions, or changes you notice. Keep a list of your medications. And before each visit, take a minute to jot down anything you want to ask. When you walk in with notes in hand, you won't feel flustered or forgetful. You'll feel prepared. In control. Empowered. Remember, these visits are not interruptions to your life. They're part of how you protect your life. They help you catch small issues before they become big ones. So take a breath and know this. Taking care of your health doesn't make you fragile. It makes you wise. Before we jump into truth number 5, do me a small favor. Hit like, subscribe, and share this message. Your simple action can help more people who are struggling with this issue find the content they need. Thank you for being a part of this. Number 5. Losing focus and concentration. There was a time when Fidelma could sit with a book for hours. She'd get lost in the story, chapter after chapter, no problem. But now, she finds herself rereading the same paragraph. Her eyes are on the page, but her mind? It's somewhere else entirely. Dishes she forgot to do, the appointment she needs to make, the thought that came out of nowhere and won't leave her alone. Her focus drifts. And when that happens, it can feel frustrating, even a little unsettling. But if you've noticed this happening to you, take a deep breath. This isn't a failure. You're not losing your mind. It's simply a sign that your brain, just like your muscles, needs a little extra care as you age. You spent a lifetime thinking, doing, caring, giving. Now your mind is asking for something different. A little exercise of its own. Here are a few gentle ways to keep it sharp. Try puzzles or word games, crosswords, Sudoku, or matching games. Pick up a new hobby, painting, knitting, or even learning a new language or musical instrument. Break reading into smaller chunks. One chapter at a time is still progress. And don't forget the foundation. Sleep. Good nutrition. Daily movement. Because your brain runs on fuel too. And when it's rested, nourished, and engaged, you'll feel more alert, more focused, more like you. You're not broken, you're evolving. And with just a little daily care, your mind can stay strong, curious, and full of life. Number 6. Loneliness and isolation. There's a kind of silence that doesn't just fill a room, it fills your heart. Fidelma used to spend her afternoons laughing over coffee with friends. She had her circle, familiar faces, familiar stories. There was always someone to call, always someone to visit. But now, some friends have moved, others have passed on. And some days the house feels too quiet. The stillness isn't peaceful. It's empty. If you've ever felt that ache, that quiet sadness that settles in during long afternoons or lonely evenings, you're not alone. Loneliness is a real part of aging. It's nothing to be ashamed of. But here's the good news. Connection is still possible. Even now. Even gently. You don't need a big crowd or a busy schedule. Just 1 or 2 meaningful moments can make all the difference. Try reaching out just once a week. Call a family member. Send a message to an old friend. Even write a card. Something simple, something kind. Explore local groups or senior centers in your area. Many offer book clubs, walking groups, or gentle classes for older adults. And if going out is hard, there are online communities too, where you can meet people who understand exactly what you're going through. Even a 5-minute conversation, a smile from a neighbor, a shared memory, or a kind word can brighten your day more than you think. You're not forgotten. You still matter. And the world still needs your stories, your voice, and your presence. So reach out just a little. Because connection doesn't just fill the silence, it fills the heart. Number 7. Loss of mobility. For Fidelma, it started with something small. Tying her shoes felt harder. Getting out of bed in the morning? Slower than before. And climbing the stairs took more effort than she expected. These were once the simplest things. Now they feel like little hills she has to climb every day. If this sounds familiar, know this. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're just human. And your body is changing. As we age, our muscles lose strength. Our joints stiffen. Our balance isn't quite what it used to be. But here's the good news. There is hope. And there are ways to keep moving, gently, safely, and at your own pace. Try stretching every morning. Even just 5 minutes can loosen up stiff muscles and ease you into the day. Go for short walks, around the block, through the garden, or even inside the house. Every step counts. Explore low-impact activities like water aerobics, chair yoga, or Tai Chi. They're kind on your joints and wonderful for flexibility and balance. Focus on your legs and core. Simple strength exercises done carefully and consistently can help you stay steady on your feet. And most importantly, move at your own pace. There's no race, no pressure. Just a steady, loving commitment to keep your body active in ways that feel good for you. Your future self will thank you, because every bit of movement you give today is a gift you'll feel tomorrow. Number 8. Trouble sleeping. The nights feel longest when sleep won't come. Fidelma knows that feeling all too well. She'll wake at 3 a.m., eyes wide open, the house silent. the clock ticking slowly beside her. She stares at the ceiling, her thoughts circling. Did I forget something? What's that ache in my leg? Why can't I just sleep? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we age, our sleep patterns naturally change. We may wake more often, sleep more lightly, or have trouble falling asleep at all. But here's the good news. Better sleep is still possible. It just starts with a little care and a new rhythm. Create a calming bedtime ritual. Start winding down an hour before bed. Dim the lights. Put on soft, soothing music. Maybe take a warm bath or sip herbal tea. Avoid caffeine after lunchtime. It can stay in your system longer than you think. And if your mind is full, try journaling before bed. Just write down your thoughts, your to-dos, or anything weighing on your heart. Sometimes putting it on paper is all your brain needs to let it go. Make your bedroom a peaceful space. Cool, dark, quiet, a place where your body knows it's time to rest. And most of all, be gentle with yourself. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's not something you have to earn. It's sacred. It's how your body heals, how your mind resets, and how your spirit finds peace. So tonight and every night after, make space for rest. You deserve it. Number 9. Declining vision and hearing. Lately, Fidelma has started wearing glasses more often. Reading the fine print isn't so easy anymore, and in noisy places, restaurants, family gatherings, she struggles to keep up with conversations. She nods, smiles, pretends she heard it all. But deep down, she feels left out. It's isolating when you can't see clearly, when you miss the punchline, or can't quite catch what your loved ones are saying. If this is happening to you, you're not alone, and you're not losing your edge. You're just facing a change, one many of us go through. But here's the good news. There's help, and it makes a difference. Get your eyes checked regularly. A new prescription can make the world sharp again. Colors brighter, reading easier, driving safer. Don't ignore changes in your hearing. Hearing aids today are discreet, smart, and life-changing. They don't make you old. They keep you connected. Using assistive devices doesn't mean you're weak. It means you care enough about your quality of life to stay engaged with it. Because you deserve to see the smiles around you. You deserve to hear the laughter, the music, the voices of people you love. So don't sit quietly on the sidelines. Step forward. Lean in. Let the world come back into focus. Number 10. Sensitivity to temperature. Fidelma used to love crisp winter walks and warm summer breezes. She never gave much thought to the weather, just grabbed a coat or wore light clothes and went on with her day. But now, she finds herself either shivering in the cold or overheating in the sun. And it's frustrating, because she hasn't changed, but her body has. As we age, our internal thermostat doesn't work quite the same. We don't adjust to heat and cold as easily as we once did. So if you've noticed you're more sensitive to temperatures, you're not imagining it. And you're not alone. But there are simple ways to stay comfortable. Dress in light layers you can easily add or remove. That way, whether it's too chilly or suddenly warm, you're prepared. Keep cozy blankets nearby in the winter, and in the summer, use fans or cooling cloths to stay refreshed. Drink plenty of water. Yes, even if you're not thirsty. Hydration helps your body regulate temperature from the inside out. And most of all, listen to your body. It's telling you what it needs. And it knows more than we sometimes give it credit for. You don't need to power through discomfort. You don't need to suffer in silence. You deserve to feel safe, comfortable, and at ease in every season. Number 11. Irritability or mood swings. It was just a missed delivery, but Fidelma felt her chest tighten. Frustration bubbled up fast, too fast. Later that same day, a neighbor's dog barked for a bit too long and she snapped. It caught her off guard. She didn't used to be like this, and she didn't like the way it felt. If you've noticed that your patience is shorter, your temper quicker, your mood a little more up and down than it used to be, take heart. You're not alone, and you're not broken. As we age, our emotional regulation can shift too. Hormonal changes, changes in brain chemistry, even stress and physical discomfort, they can all make our emotions feel more intense. But the good news? There are simple ways to bring balance back in. First, pause. When irritation rises, take a slow, deep breath. Inhale, hold, exhale. It gives your nervous system a chance to calm down. Try a few minutes of mindfulness each day. Just sit quietly. Notice your thoughts, without judgment. Even 5 minutes can reset your emotional rhythm. And here's something small, but powerful. Each morning, write down one thing you're grateful for. Big or small, a warm cup of coffee, a smile from someone you love. Gratitude gently trains the mind to look for peace instead of tension. You won't feel calm every moment, but with practice, those moments of peace grow. They stay with you longer, and they remind you, even when life feels sharp or heavy, you are still in control of your heart. Number 12. Struggling with loss of independence. Perhaps the hardest part of aging isn't the aches or the memory slips. It's the quiet, heavy feeling of needing help. Fidelma used to do it all herself. Groceries, errands, yard work. She took pride in her independence. She was strong, capable. But lately she finds herself struggling with bags that feel too heavy, a light bulb she can no longer safely change, a task that once took minutes, now draining her for hours. And asking for help? It feels like giving something up, like surrendering a piece of who she's always been. If you felt that way too, please listen closely. Accepting help does not make you weak. It does not mean you're giving up. In fact, it means you're wise. It means you're adapting. It means you are choosing to focus your energy on what truly matters. Lean on others, not because you can't, but because you shouldn't have to do everything alone. Delegate when needed. Allow your loved ones, your community, even professionals to support you. Not out of pity, but out of respect. Because you've carried so much for so long. This chapter of life isn't about doing less. It's about doing what matters, with more care and more peace. You still have independence. It just looks different now. And that's okay. You're not losing who you are. You're honoring the strength it takes to keep going, gracefully and with help when needed. Aging isn't just about time passing, it's about courage, about learning to let go and discovering new ways to grow. Yes, there are hard moments, things no one warned you about. But when we talk about them, they don't feel so heavy. When we understand them, they become part of a life lived with intention, not fear. You are not fading, you are unfolding. Still wise, still strong, still full of worth, laughter, and light. If any part of Fidelma's story felt familiar to you, know you're not alone. And if this touched your heart, share it with someone who might need it today. Leave us a comment. Which part of the journey spoke to you most? And remember to like, subscribe, and come back soon. For more elderly golden advice, where every story honors the beauty of growing older.